So good morning students. Today we would be continuing with the lecture on media optimization. So till now what we have covered? We had covered the classical methods of media optimization. Now the classical method was one factor at a time. The main drawback of the classical method was that it required lot many experiments to be run. So it was time consuming. Due to the increase in number of experiments, the cost was too much and the accuracy was also very less, because as you increase the number of experiments, the chances of error also increases. So the researchers, they moved towards another design called as the Plackett-Burman design, which was given by the scientists Plackett and Burman. We have already discussed the main points of the Plackett-Burman design, that it can be done when there are more than 5 variables, then there is high and low concentration of the variables, and then as a result of the calculations of the Plackett-Burman design, we can decide the most important component in the media. So that is, if we have chosen 7 variables out of 7 variables which is having the maximum effect. Maximum effect on what? On the production of the desirable metabolite. So once we know that, like we have factors A, B, C, D, E, F and G, then if we see that B and C are the most important contributing factors, so this is the result that we draw from the Plackett-Burman design, PB design result. Now, once we know which is the most important component, what is the next step? Yes, the next step is to decide what concentration we are going to take for these two components. So that can be done by method called as RSM, response surface methodology, or it is also known as contour plot. So on the x and y axis we take the variables. We take the variables on the x and y axis and then we plot the response inside the curve. Contour plot is much like the topographical plots that we do in geography. Those places which are having the same topographical feature, there the dots are matched and we get a curve. So that is the contour plot. So here we will see the response surface plot. We are taking into consideration two variables, x1, x2. Now, if we are keeping x1 constant and changing x2, we are keeping x1 constant and changing x2. So we are getting this this vertical line. Then in the second step, we are making x2 constant and changing x1. So we are getting such a plot. But this will not be sufficient for our aim, because the other region of the plot is not covered. Other region of the plot is not covered is that maybe the value that we are searching for, the value means the concentration of the variable that we are searching for, that is the optimum concentration, it may be possible that it may lie somewhere here in the plot. So this area is not sufficient to explore. So we cannot go by this rule of fixing one variable and changing the other, and fixing the other variable and changing this one. So this will not do. We have to move further inside the area of the plot. So to construct a contour plot, the results of a series of experiments employing different combinations of the variables are inserted into the surface of the plot at the points delineated by the experimental conditions. So we are going to get such kind of plot like this. Now, what we are actually plotting? We are plotting the response. Response here in this case is the yield. Suppose we are aiming to optimize the media for production of amylase. So we are here considering the yield of amylase, and we are changing two variables. Suppose this is the carbon source and this is the nitrogen source, and we have selected certain concentration. So concentration of nitrogen and carbon source, which is giving the yield of 10. So all these points, suppose we get such responses. So when we keep x1 with this value and x2 with this value, we get here the response. Then all these points are those points which is giving the yield of 30. So we have joined these points, 10, and we have written here 10. That means this curve denotes all those points which is giving the yield 10. Similarly, we have joined all these points which is giving the yield 20, and all these points which are giving the yield 30. Okay. So like this we recognize a particular area which is giving the particular response. So this is the response surface by one factor at a time. Now, so we have seen that this area is giving the best yield. Okay. So we will ignore the other area and then we will run another set of experiments keeping the value of x2 and x1 near this area. Okay. So this gradually we are screening and cutting down the set of experiments. So now there are different software available where you do not have to do such thing manually. With the help of software, the concentration can be deduced by different formulas. Now one example we will take which will make things more clear to you all.